Good morning. It's Focused Breath with Dr. Ashley Romanchuk. Let's see, it's a little dark in here today. Oh well. Oh well. Happy full moon. It's a full moon in Aries. And some of you might know that I am a professional Western astrologer. I've studied Western astrology for about 20 years and I read charts, advanced charts. Always paying attention to what's happening in the sky. So today, it's a full moon in the sign of Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's a fire sign, very combustible. Aries is the warrior of the zodiac, youngest energy of the zodiac. Likes to do and think later. It's basically all of potential energy into kinetic energy. So this full moon can be quite fiery for some people. It's a good time to release what is not working for you. It's a big karmic full moon. So goodbye from a theme and a story that started back in 2008 and then something that happened again in 2018. So looking back into your life and seeing what themes are right there, and it's big endings right now, big endings for sure. The full moon is conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the wound. We all have one. We're all born. According to astrology, the lore of astrology, we're all born with a wound. So it's highlighting some part of the wound. And so it's great time to spend a moment today really looking at your own life and deciding what's not valuable and what's not the best for you. What can release, basically. I'm going to turn on a light here. It's pretty dark in here, actually. I suppose that's better. So, yeah. As for focused breath, breath is also a good way to release from the body. So perhaps setting an intention today of what you would like to release with this full moon. Full moon magic's pretty fun. There is an importance to ritual. We live in a society where unless you are connected with a religion or your own ritual and the energetics that can come from it have fallen by the wayside. There is a magic, there is a power in it, so it's obviously not something you just want to play with, but it is kind of important. Lighting a candle on a full moon can be really important. I love crystals, so cleansing your crystals with soap and water and then putting them out under the full moon to energize them is something I tend to do on full moons. I've done that for a lot of years now. Anyways, just like every day, we're going to open the windows so we're breathing in fresh oxygen. Tuning into our breath, how we're feeling this morning. Alignment's important. If you're new to this class, I really suggest, you can continue with this class, but I really suggest going through the past classes because it really gives a lot of the foundation and structures we've been building up. We're already on our 5th week, and the week is almost over, which goes by quick. September's gone by quick, so happy October 1st. I love October. One of my favorite months. Let's all just attune to our breath and think of that intention that you would like for this full moon. It's a very, well, and it's the new full moon of the cycle. So Aries, last month was the end of the moon cycle. This is the first of this cycle of the moons. So good time to put an intention. It's a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning, but this particular one is a powerful one. So intention can be strong. And breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you wish to breathe out through the mouth, you can do that too. If you want to let out some sighs, that's all right. Breathing in and breathing out, just noticing your breath and how you might feel. Greeting each day with a grateful heart is one of the most important things you can do, rituals you can do in the morning. To bring that ritual into your life might be a good intention for you under this full moon. To wake up and immediately count your blessings and what you're grateful for will change your life. So, an intention for me, for you, for all, is perhaps to wake up every morning with gratitude, what you're grateful for. And it can be small things. It can be, your ability to move. Even if you feel sad emotions, it can be your ability to feel emotions. Some people get so trampled down by life that they don't even feel anymore, and then that's a very deep depression state. It can be, for the fact maybe your house isn't your perfect house, but the fact that you have a home or a job or a loved one, a pet. If you don't have any of those things, just go to simple things. Be grateful for your hair on your head, that you haven't lost your hair. If you have lost your hair, be grateful for your eyes that can see this beautiful world. Gratitude and a grateful heart is an energy, and it's not just a knowledge thing. It's not like, oh, I know I'm grateful for this. It's truly feeling it. And the practice of feeling it and having the gratitude will transform your life. You bring abundance into your life through the feelings of gratitude. Okay? So, start to deepen this breath into counts of 4. So breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. Breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 4. And as you're paying attention to your in-breath for 4 and out-breath for 4, that's where your primary focus is on, okay? We're practicing some yogic qualities here that are very important. This one's dharana, concentration. So as I am speaking, you're fully paying attention to your breath first, and what I'm doing is I'm training you into bringing your pranayama, your daily breath, and focused breath into daily life. And it is a practice, and it is something you can do. Ideally, you will be breathing first, and everything else in life comes second. And what this does is it puts your center of gravity within yourself, and this is real yoga. And there's a power here, there's a sovereignty here, and it also always divides you away. You don't get lost in your daily interactions. You don't get stuck in the energetic chaos that is the world once you step out of your bedroom in the morning. So you're breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4, and I'm going to teach you about a breath. That's knowledge is the doorways, right? The doorways of everything. So the breath Kavala Kumbhaka, or just called Kumbhaka, is what happens when we retain our breath when we focus on something. So often when somebody starts speaking, we retain our breath. What I'm trying to do right now is teach you to always stay with your breath and stay with your intention. This is yoga. This is staying with yourself. And it's a mastery of self. So Kumbhaka breath is the easy and unintentional retention of the breath that occurs when we focus on something. And this breath automatically occurs in deep meditation as well. When you go into deep samadhi through meditation, it's like complete stillness. It's almost like you don't breathe for sometimes hours. And it's said that once somebody goes into deep meditation, you're not supposed to interrupt them. You could be very dangerous. When I used to get into very deep meditation, yeah, I had some points where, I mean, my mother's very in tune with me, so she once called me, and I think I could have been in a very deep meditation I was at that point in a deep meditation for hours. But I mean, there's stories that some of these yogis go into deep meditation for days and weeks and years, and there's stories that there's sadhus and yogis that have been meditating for 137 years and so forth, and I don't doubt it. So this Kumbhaka breath is actually a very neat. That's not the word to describe it. Powerful place. It really it focuses on, and it's just a still place. You're very still. So commonly people do this when we're talking with each other. But what I want to train and bring into recognition is by focusing on your breath and always staying with your breath, which is Kriya Yoga taught by Maha Avatar Babaji. You stay with yourself and you have control over this entire life. And in this, you'll start to, as you go deeper into it, hopefully recognize that what you experience outside of yourself is you. You start to come into alignment with what is the real teachings of yoga. In this breath, the Kumbhaka breath, when your mind is at this still point, so is your prana, your life energy force. It's as if you are hardly breathing at all. When you stay with this breath, which you can get into with meditation and is ideal in meditation, when something disturbs this breath, the individual will sigh deeply as they come out of this state of yoga. It is a state of yoga when you're breathing this Kumbhaka breath. Very focused. So just with that knowledge, you might notice it. You might be able to be with it for maybe even a minute at a time as you're really paying attention to something you like, or maybe you're doing some asanas, some yoga poses, and you're in this breath, because this breath, through its stillness, brings stillness in the body, so you're really able to hold a breath, or a yoga like asana. You're able to sit into it, but ideally this breath is used in meditation. But as I've been speaking, I've been hoping that you've been paying attention to your breath first. So breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. Let's add some retention, which adds the sattvic qualities to the breath. So breathing in for 4, retain and hold for a moment, then breathe out for 4, retain and hold for a moment. In the place of retention of the breath, fall into it, explore it, feel that place of peace. It's very still here. So we all do have a light within. Some people are more attuned to it than not. It should be bright, okay? You should be able to close your eyes and just glow. And when you walk through life, you feel like you're just a ball of light. Now, this is called prakasa. Often it can be covered by some people in a mental darkness. So somehow their mind has covered their lightness. Perhaps they feel disconnected from source. They feel shame, guilt, all these ego qualities that are not their truth. And they can feel like they're darker. Okay, sometimes things happen to us in life and maybe we feel like we're a dark entity, or there's something wrong with us, or we're not good enough, or there's some sort of shame or guilt, like I've said. This is not true, okay? Every single human, every single person, every single life form on this earth, tree, plants, animal, it is all a divine quality of God, source energy. Nobody is away from that. And light is the truth of who we all are. So this is called prakasa in yoga or Vedic texts. And it's only a mental darkness that can cover this, that can make us feel like we're dark, or we close our eyes and not see the light, not feel the light, not feel connected with source. We are all divinely connected, and you are never, never not connected to source energy. Pranayama, breathing, removes this veil. So this is another good reason to get into pranayama. You start to shine. You really start to shine. And this shining breath is one of the quickest ways, Kalabati breath, the breathing out through your nose. We'll do that at the end of class. Because it's the full moon, I think I'm going to introduce the Chandra breath. Chandra is the moon breath, the lunar breath. So this is similar to Nadi Shodhana, a little bit different. It's a cooling breath and it reduces pitta in the body. Pitta is fire. So if you're somebody that's cold, we're not going to do this breath. If you're somebody that's cold, just go into regular Nadi Shodhana, which we've done before, which is our pinky and ring finger on our left nostril, middle and pointer on our third eye, and thumb on our right nostril. And you're going to breathe in through the right nostril for a count of 4, breathe out the left nostril for a count of 4, breathe in the left nostril for a count of 4, breathe out the right nostril for a count of 4. We've practiced this before. If you're somebody that has some heat in the body, you've got excess energy, you're a robust person, typically in your younger years, we're going to go into the lunar breath today for this moment. It's a good one to do. It is similar again to Nadi Shodhana, so we're going to have our pinky and our ring finger on our left nostril, middle and pointer on our third eye, and thumb on our right nostril. We're going to inhale through our left nostril and exhale through our right nostril, and that's it. So it's kind of one-sided. I'm going to show Nadi Shodhana for the people that are not going to do the lunar breath, people that are cold in nature, maybe a bit older, don't have very much energy, very yin, very fragile, very receptive, feminine in their nature, might be not so healthy. Their energy is not robust, okay? So this is the breath that you're going to follow, and you're going to have to count on your own, okay? So it's always your pinky and ring finger on left nostril, middle and pointer on your third eye, and thumb on your right nostril. So you're going to breathe in your right nostril for a count of 4, plug your right nostril, breathe out your left nostril for a count of 4, breathe in your left nostril for a count of 4, plug your left nostril, breathe out your right nostril for a count of 4, repeat. Okay, you're going to do that about 20 times while everybody else does the lunar breath. So I'll show a round of that, and you begin that and count, And then the rest of the class will go into the Chandra breath, the lunar breath for the full moon, okay? So. Okay, so that's the Nadi Shodhana. Now, the rest of the class that has robust energy could use this cooling breath and balance the body, balance the fire in the body, especially on this full moon. This full moon is a fiery full moon. If any of you experience emotional outbursts today, that is the full moon causing that on Earth, okay? So lunar breath, we are only going to inhale through our left nostril and only exhale through our right nostril. And we're going to do this, about 20 times. So everybody's on the same count, okay? So you're going to count by yourself. Inhale through your left nostril. Count of 4. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, left nostril. Exhale, right nostril. Count on your own. One more round. Just breathe normally through your nose now. And the people that did the Nadi, or the people that did the Chandra breath and lunar breath, can you notice that your body is cooler? This breath really puts you in a very good connection with your feminine nature. Everybody has a feminine nature. It doesn't matter if you're a female or a male. We all have a feminine side and a masculine side, and you want them in balance, okay? So the Chandra breath, lunar breath, cools the body, brings it into a more watery state, removes fire from the body. Whereas Nadi Shodhana really just balances both. What we're going to all do together now is we're going to do Nadi Shodhana, but we're going to do with the restraint of the breath. So always pinky and ring finger, left nostril, middle, and it's always the right hand, okay? I don't know why. I'd have to ask them on chart, a teacher, athletic teacher, they'd know better than me. With this one, we're going to breathe in our right nostril for 4, plug both our nostrils, retain the breath for just a moment, restrain, retain, whatever you want to say. Then breathe out our left nostril for a count of 4, plug both nostrils, restrain the breath for just a moment. Breathe in our left nostril for a count of 4, plug both nostrils, restrain the breath for just a moment, and then breathe out right nostril for a count of 4, restrain the breath. In the place of the restraining the breath, fall into it. Notice the place of sattva. It's in these places where we practice peace, sattva. This breath balances the body, so let the head move where it wants to. Okay, you might find you want to turn, you might find you want to go up or go down. That's okay. It's going to be balancing the cervical spine over time, the cranial bones. This takes a lot of focus. I'll try to count the first round while I'm breathing, and then you're going to have to focus and count on your own, okay? So everybody with your pinky and ring finger on your left nostril, middle and pointer finger on your third eye, thumb over your right nostril. Breathing in for a count of 4. Hold. Breathing out for a count of 4. Hold. Breathing in for a count of 4. Hold. Breathing out for a count of 4. Hold. On your own time. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold. Breathe out for a count of 4. Hold. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold. Breathe out for a count of 4. Hold. Count on your own now. That's ground. So we're just breathing in through your nose and out through your nose naturally now. Eyes closed, really attuning to how you might feel, how different you might feel. Hopefully your light is shining bright within. If it is not, that's okay. We'll keep breathing and we'll remove the veil. It's just a veil of darkness. It's not truth. Light surrounds the darkness. The darkness is not the truth. The light is the truth. The light always prevails. Anybody that thinks that the dark will win, it's silly. It won't. Even in hatred, love surrounds all of it. Any harm, anything. You can be in the lowest of low of your life and you actually have this divine love bubble. And the worst is when you don't feel it. You know, people think it's the worst part, end of the world, but yeah. God's always there. Whatever word you want to use for this energy, it's really true there. It's here on earth. I think we're going to watch some cool stuff in our life. I really believe that. Actually, in the really next, not very long, like it's happening now on earth. So, what can you do is you can just work on yourself and bring the light of truth, of love, of God, of divine source energy that is your truth. So it can shine bright within you. And pranayama burns away all this darkness, okay? So maybe you can close your eyes and see a glimmer of the light. Maybe you see it really bright. Maybe it's just dark. That's okay. Trust, know that there's ancient texts, knowledge that tells the truth. And this is the way to do it. So, simple breathing. If anybody wants to move their cervical spine in this place, like this would have balanced, you might notice that you're holding your head a little bit different now after this Nadi Shodhana. That's because it balances the body. So yes, in this place, add a yes into it. Like my cranial is moving. I've had so much chiropractic practice on me, it's crazy. I swear it was bad chiropractic that put me into darkness, but you know, according to the Vedic text, it was only my mind. So knowing and trusting that you can come out of it and the light will shine bright again is always important. So some yeses. From the yes, you can go into a no. This moves our very top of our vertebrae, which aligns the rest of our spine. There's a whole type of chiropractic called, what's it called again? It's escaping me the name of it. It starts with a K, I think. Nuka. It's called Nuka Chiropractic, not with a K. It starts with an N. N-U-C-C-A. And they only focus on moving the top of the spine because when you have your occiput, your like head, properly aligned on the top of the spine, the rest of the spine automatically aligns. You don't need to go to Nuka Chiropractor though, you can just do this. So in our Nadi Shodhana, we brought a lot of balance between our left side and our right side, our emotional side and our logical side, our yin, feminine nature, yang, masculine nature, our water and our fire, whichever way you want to say it. And then from that place, just going into this as a nose, we can align this one. And this also aligns the light. So very cool what yoga can do. Let's go into Ujjayi breath. Actually, no, let's go into our very oxygenating breath. So breathing in our mouth and out of our mouth. Don't restrain or control the out breath whatsoever. Just let it fall. This retrains the diaphragm to properly come back into shape. The diaphragm is an elastic muscle that has to come back into shape every time we exhale. So, like that. In through the mouth, out through the mouth. Feeling the breath as it moves down the throat. Gather clogged thyroid. Mind, your mind can heal your body too, right? So think of the breath moving through the thyroid and unclogging any clogged energy in the thyroid gland. Posture is important in this breath, so making sure your hips are aligned or your sit bones planted evenly, your ribs above your hips, shoulders above your ribs. Forehead, nose, and chin back towards the back wall. Always a ribbon up to the sky. For those who have excess heat, we'll go into the Shatali breath. That's just been taught this week. For those that are don't have excess robustness, excess energy, excess fire, just keep with this breath. We've been practicing this new breath this week, Shatali breath. We fold our tongue, breathe through our mouth, let it out. Cools the body. Another breath that's great for this very fiery full moon we have today. Two more breaths. Breathing normal for a moment. If you want to sigh, let out a sigh. If you're starting to recognize these breaths and to recognize what your body needs, if you want to let out a lion's breath because you've got fire to let out. To remove your spine, doing some yeses and nos. Let's go into Ujjayi breath to move the prana that we've been moving already, but we've been oxygenating the breath, cooling the body. Ujjayi breath is a very great breath for somebody that's cold. Okay, so if you are a cold person, Yin, you've got sore, stagnant, stiff joints. Ujjayi breath is the breath you want to really be practicing in daily life. It warms the body, great for getting the digestive system going. If you've got hypothyroidism, this is a great breath for hypothyroidism. This is the breath of the seashore. Somebody that is a pitta, a very hot, robust, excess yang person, this breath is only, like you do it once in a while, not all the time, okay? So this breath moves the prana once we've been breathing, once we've done our cooling breaths, we've removed fire and heat through the body, through our lion's breath, and you do the Ujjayi breath to move and circulate the prana, okay? So breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. We're constricting the back of the throat. We start to hear the seashore in our breath. We start to maybe see it in our eye. We might start to move with it in our body, okay? Very important breath. So Ujjayi breath. 2 more breaths. Let's say this movement is a very powerful movement. Somebody that has truly discovered self and afraid. Complete knowledge. So it's only somebody that is very advanced in perhaps martial arts or yoga. It might recognize where somebody is based on their hand gestures. We're going to go into Shatali breath. So that's our detoxifying breath of the day. Breath that raises prana, raises spiritual energy, cleanses, detoxifies. Did I say Shatali? Because I meant Kalabati. It's the shining skull breath. I don't know actually what I said. Vastrika. Okay, so we're going to use our drum muscle. We're only exhaling through our nostrils, our nose. We are not focused on the inhale whatsoever. Your diaphragm recoiling will inhale the breath for you. This increases digestive fire, very good for somebody that has poor digestion. And it strengthens the diaphragm, it restores energy, very great for somebody that is tired today, although the full moon probably does give you energy as well. And it very much cleanses the respiratory system. So we practice this breath lots. For somebody that's new, I'll show it to you. There's a muscle right below your belly button in your second chakra. And this is what muscle we'll be using for this breath. So we always start on an empty channel, and what I mean by that is we inhale and then exhale our air and then begin the breath. So Again, this class is run only by donation. I am a regular person like all of you, and I use money to exchange. I'm just totally not attached to it as much as many of you. Please donate what you feel is worth. This is lots of years of knowledge and practice coming to fruition. akromanchuk@gmail.com is my email. akromanchuk@gmail.com. I am grateful for whatever you feel is the worth this class. Please, if you like this class, tell your friends and family and colleagues. Most welcome to come and join. I do repost these classes to do at your own time. I always end on an Om, or 2 or 3, or however many I want to do. I suggest trying if you're in your home. It's fun to Om, A-U-M, the oldest mantra. Then sit in meditation, even just for a moment. Okay? So. May the light of the divine sun, just like 1,000 suns, shine bright within all.